I flew across the country to help my sister move, only to find she'd sold all my childhood heirlooms for extra cash. When I confronted her, she laughed. You were always the useless one, you'll never stand up to me. I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I quietly booked a one-way ticket home. This morning, she was sobbing into my voicemail, please answer. I messed up. She sold my grandfather's watch. That was the first thing I noticed. It was supposed to be packed in the blue velvet box I'd stashed in her guest room closet last time I visited. Gone. Next, my childhood sketchbooks, years of them, gone. The little carved wooden fox my dad whittled when I was 6? Sold at some goddamn flea market for a couple bucks. Her words. I hadn't even put my suitcase down yet. I'd flown cross-country $678 ticket I couldn't really afford because she said she desperately needed help moving. Claimed her boyfriend bailed, her friends were busy, she was drowning. I can't do this alone, please. And maybe I'm an idiot, but she's my sister. So I came. Walked in to find half the place empty. Not packed, empty. Shelves stripped. Storage boxes rifled through. My stuff missing. When I confronted her calmly because I could feel the old rage clawing at the back of my throat, she just laughed. A short, sharp bark. You were always the useless one, she said, voice dripping with that same superiority she'd honed since middle school. You'll never stand up to me. Then she turned back to her phone, swiping through Facebook like I wasn't even there. I didn't yell. Didn't argue. Didn't ask where the money went. I just stepped into the spare room, locked the door, and quietly booked a one-way flight home. The soonest one I could get. Didn't say goodbye. Didn't leave a note. Just left. Landed this morning. 32 missed calls. 11 voicemails. The last one, barely an hour ago, was her sobbing. Please pick up. I messed up, you don't understand, please. And now? Now I sit here in my empty apartment, listening to the city outside, wondering what the hell she really did. Because for her to break? For her to beg? Something worse is coming. I can feel it. Edit. Yes, I know I should have seen this coming. There's history. Way more than I can fit here. If people want, I'll post more background. Update 1. I didn't sleep last night. Every time I closed my eyes, that voicemail played on loop. Please. I messed up, please pick up. I didn't. I still haven't. But I did call someone else. My Uncle Greg. He and I aren't close. He moved out of state years ago to get away from our side of the family, but he's sharp. Doesn't fall for bullshit. Told him what happened. The watch. The sketchbooks. The fox. All of it. He went quiet for a long beat. Then, she's in deep, he said. Has to be. Because the last time your sister called me out of the blue 3 weeks ago, she was asking about Dad's estate. Wanted to know if there were any unclaimed assets. I felt something cold settle in my gut. For context, our dad passed 4 years ago. No assets left. No will. We'd already split what little there was. There was nothing more to claim. So why was she suddenly hunting for money? Uncle Greg kept going. She sounded twitchy. Not her usual smug. Like someone was holding a match under her. And now here she was selling anything not nailed down. Even things that weren't hers. I checked her social media. That's when it got worse. 2 days ago, she posted a fun night out story, her and some people I didn't recognize clinking shots at what looked like one of those overpriced clubs downtown. The caption? New beginnings. Money with wings sparkles, hashtag debt-free era, hashtag manifest it. I nearly laughed. Or puked. Debt-free? After pawning my childhood for pennies? But the real kicker came in the background of one photo. A man. I know him. Or rather, know of him. His name's Victor. Known in certain circles. Private lender. Runs loans at interest rates that'd make a loan shark blush. Word is, if you're late paying him back, you don't get a friendly reminder. You get a visit. And there he was, arm draped around my sister's shoulder in that photo. Smiling like a spider. That voicemail made a lot more sense now. She didn't just mess up with me. She'd really messed up. This morning I got another call. Different number. Local. I let it ring. Voicemail. A man's voice this time. Calm. Measured. I hear you're close with my sister's name. We'd like to discuss a small matter she's behind on. Call me back. No threat. No heat. But underneath? Ice. I played it 3 times. They're reaching out to me now. And here's where things spiral. I texted Uncle Greg again. Told him what I found. The voicemail. Victor. He just texted back. Get a lawyer. Do not engage. Too late. They have my number now. And this morning? Another text. From my sister. Please answer. Please. I know I've kept up. Please just pick up. They said they're coming to you next. Asterisk. I'm sitting here now, curtains drawn, phone on silent. I've called a lawyer waiting to hear back. But there's a knot in my chest that won't untangle. Because if they're this close to me now, what the hell else did she pawn? What else did she sign? And why do I get the sinking feeling? I might be on the hook for something way bigger than some lost heirlooms? Edit. Yes, I have a record of the voicemails. Yes, I've backed them up. No, I'm not going to confront her directly. Not yet. Update 2. I didn't leave my apartment today. The lawyer called back at noon. His first words? Do not meet them. Do not reply to any calls or texts. Screenshot everything. Document every single contact. and lock down your credit immediately. Guess what I spent the next 2 hours doing? Froze my credit with all 3 bureaus. Put fraud alerts on my accounts. Changed passwords. Scoured every single one of my financial apps. That's when the first landmine detonated. My savings account? A $2,500 transfer request I didn't authorize. Pending. I stared at the screen, hands going clammy. How the hell? Then I remembered. A month ago, during a call with my sister, she'd guilt-tripped me into helping her pay her moving deposit. Said she'd pay me back, yada yada. I'd send her a one-time link through my bank's transfer system. She must have saved it. And now? She or someone else tried to use it again. I canceled the request. Reported it. Flagged the account. But that's when the second shoe dropped. In my junk email folder mixed with the usual spam was a new email from a name I didn't recognize. No subject. No greeting. Just a scanned PDF attachment. I know, I shouldn't have opened it. But I did. It was a loan agreement. My sister's name at the top. Her signature scrawled at the bottom. But in the body of the contract, my name was listed as the guarantor. My full name. My old address, which used to be her billing address when she was between apartments. My cell number. I read it 3 times, heart hammering. She'd used my name to secure the loan. She forged me. And the loan amount? $45,000. From Victor's private lending group. I called my lawyer again, panicked this time. His voice went from tired to razor sharp. She committed fraud. But the problem is proving it fast enough before they try to enforce it. You need to file a police report. Now. He told me what to gather. Voicemails. Texts. Screenshots of the fake transfer. The loan doc. Then he said something that chilled me. If these guys are what I think they are, they don't care about legal process. They'll lean on you first. The paper trail is just to cover themselves if it goes to court later. By then, my phone was blowing up. 9 missed calls from my sister. 3 more from unknown numbers. And 1 voicemail from him. Victor, we seem to have some crossed wires, friend. I'm sure we can clear this up face to face. No need for lawyers. Call me back. Let's keep this friendly. Friendly. Sure. I filed the police report. The officer was polite, but you could tell he'd seen this crap before. We'll take the report, sir. But if you're being targeted by an outfit like this, the best thing you can do is stay low, stay documented, and lawyer up. Not exactly comforting. That was 3 hours ago. Yeah? I'm sitting in my darkened living room. Every light off. My sister texted again. 1 long message this time. Please, I didn't think they'd come after you. They said it was just to show urgency. I'm so sorry. Please answer. I can fix this. Please. She can't fix shit. And here's the kicker. Remember those heirlooms she sold? I found out where one of them went. The carved fox? It ended up at an antique shop. I called. The owner was nice, he still had it. Said a shaky blonde woman sold it for $10. I asked if she brought anything else. Oh yeah, he said. There was a box of old papers and jewelry. A deed-looking thing, too. I bought the whole lot. Deed? What deed? I never owned property. Then it hit me. Our grandfather's deed. His old fishing cabin, long since sold after probate. The original copy had been in my sketchbox. If she sold that document, God knows what else she forged. My lawyer is now prepping a full cease and desist letter plus an emergency petition to flag the fake loan. But here's what scares me. Victor and his people already have my name. My number. They've already called. And my sister? She's still calling. Still sobbing. They're saying they'll come by your place just to talk. I didn't know they'd do this. I'm sorry. Please answer. I'm not answering. Because I think I know why she's panicking now. Not just because I might fight the loan. But because if I don't, they'll escalate. And they already know where I live. Edit. Yes, I've contacted building security. They're aware. Lawyer is recommending I relocate temporarily. Update 3. I am writing this from a hotel room across town. Name under an alias, cash payment for 2 nights. My lawyer's contact helped set it up. Why? Because at 2:17 a.m. last night, someone knocked on my apartment door. Not a loud knock. Not a neighbor. 3 slow, deliberate knocks. I didn't answer. Just watched through the peephole. 2 men. Both in dark coats. One bald, one in a baseball cap. Neither looked like a cop. No clipboard, no badge. They stood there for 5 full minutes. Not moving. One of them smiled at my peephole camera. Like he knew I was watching. Then they left. 5 minutes after that, my sister called again. Please answer. They said they just wanted to talk. I didn't know they'd go there. I'm so sorry. Please just answer. I didn't. I called my lawyer instead. Woke him up. He wasn't surprised. That's how they work. Subtle intimidation first. Just to remind you they know where you are. You did the right thing. You need to leave now. I packed a single duffel. Left the lights on, TV on. Took back stairwell. Rideshare to the hotel. Burner phone in pocket. Now here's where it really unravels. This morning, my lawyer forwarded an email he just received from a third-party collection representative of Victor's firm. The tone? Polite. Professional. On the surface. But the message? Crystal clear. As you were named guarantor on Ms. Sister's name, contract, we consider you financially responsible. We urge amicable resolution to avoid further steps. Further steps. And attached? A copy of the forged contract, now watermarked with an invoice balance due, $52,000. Interest already stacking. I stared at that screen until my eyes burned. Here's the worst part. My sister's signature is real. My name is forged. But the paperwork looks official. If I hadn't filed the police report already, I'd be cornered. My lawyer's assessment? They're moving fast because they know this is shaky. If you fight, they'll try to bleed you with pressure. If you cave, they'll own you. And my sister? She knows it too. Because an hour after that email hit, I got her longest text yet. Paragraphs. Rambling. I'll summarize. She didn't mean for me to get involved. Victor's guys offered her a quick loan after she got behind on credit cards. She panicked when they asked for a guarantor. She thought it was just paperwork. They said if she couldn't find one, they'd add her next of kin. She didn't think they'd actually enforce it. She's now terrified because they told her if I don't pay, they'll escalate. And then, she admitted something else. I sold some of your papers because I needed ID copies for the application. I didn't think they'd use them. I'm so sorry. She gave them copies of my ID. Driver's license. Possibly social security card because years ago I'd stored spare documents in that sketch box at her place. For safekeeping. Now I know why Victor's crew found me so fast. They didn't just find me. She gave them everything they needed. I am beyond furious. But also methodical. I've filed a second police addendum stating the ID theft and forgery. Lawyer is drafting an emergency injunction. But this is moving fast. Because now? The last text from Victor's number received an hour ago. We would prefer not to visit again. Let's settle this before the weekend. My lawyer's advice? Do not respond. Do not return home. Next step is a full identity fraud alert and possibly getting law enforcement involved directly. And my sister? Now she's melting down. 8 voicemails today. Latest one, barely controlled sobbing. I know I screwed up. They said they'd go after you if I didn't pay. Please pick up. I didn't know it'd go this far. Please, I'll do anything, please. Too late. Because now it's not just about heirlooms. Not just about a forged loan. Not just about a debt. It's identity theft. It's threats. And it's on record. I haven't replied. I won't. Because whatever happens next, I am not the one trapped anymore. Edit. Yes, I've alerted my building to the situation. No, I won't be staying there for a while. Yes, I am pursuing full legal action. Update 4. I didn't think she could still surprise me. I was wrong. It started this morning about 6:30 a.m. Burner phone buzzed. Blocked number. I ignored it. Then another. And another. Back to back. Then my lawyer called early. His tone was clipped, urgent. You need to check your email right now. I opened my encrypted account. At the top, an email forwarded from my lawyer originally sent to him by a contact in local law enforcement. Subject line, urgent, inquiry regarding client, my name, active investigation. Attached? A PDF copy of a police report. Filed last night. Against me. By my sister. Allegation? Domestic financial abuse, coercion, and threats of violence. She claimed I had historically controlled her finances, pressured her to take out loans under duress, and was now threatening her safety because she tried to leave the toxic relationship. She listed me as an ex-cohabiting relative with a history of verbal intimidation. I sat there, staring. She is trying to frame me, to preempt the fraud charges, to spin it before it hits court. Classic tactic, paint the victim as the abuser first. I called my lawyer again, shaking. His response? We expected they'd try something. This is their leverage play. Muddy the waters so when your fraud report lands, it looks retaliatory. He's filing an immediate counter-report with the DA's office, moving to escalate everything to a full identity theft case. But here's the sickest part. In her evidence section of the report, she attached screenshots of my own voicemails, the ones where she was sobbing and begging, edited, cropped, spliced together to make it sound like I was making veiled threats. You don't know what's coming. I can't help you anymore. You need to fix this before it gets worse. Out of context. Chopped up. How did she get these? My lawyer thinks she must have used a third-party app. Many exist that can fake voicemails for submission. Or worse. She recorded the playback of her own voicemails from her phone, then clipped it. Either way, it's in a filed police report now. Why now? My lawyer's theory. Victor's crew knows their fake loan is unraveling. The forged guarantor claim won't stand if we press charges. So the new game? Discredit me. Tie me up in legal quicksand. Make me look unstable. If the public record shows me accused of abuse, suddenly I look bad. Suddenly any fraud case I file looks suspect. Suddenly I lose leverage. But here's where they miscalculated. I've been documenting everything. Full time-stamped backup of all her original voicemails. Screenshots of every text. Witness testimony from my lawyer regarding her escalating harassment. Security camera logs showing the 2 visitors at my apartment that night. Neither of whom I invited. And now, we're filing for keycap 1 fraudulent loan charges. Keycap 2 identity theft. Keycap 3 forgery of legal documents. Keycap 4 harassment and coordinated intimidation. Keycap 5 filing a false police report. But it gets worse. Because while we were prepping the filings, my lawyer's contact at the PD messaged him again. Just FYI, Victor's crew already has a civil suit drafted against your client. They're claiming failure to honor loan guarantee and are trying to fast-track it in small claims court. I'm being sued by them for a forged loan. And you know who the star witness on their filing is? My sister. She's in deep now. Deep enough that she's siding with them. Probably because they promised her protection if she cooperates. Or because they threatened her. Or both. My lawyer's team is moving fast now. We're white heavy checkmark filing emergency injunction to block the small claims action. White heavy checkmark escalating my fraud and ID theft reports to a state level. White heavy checkmark requesting protective order due to the physical intimidation at my apartment. But here's the part that still makes my stomach turn. She sold me out. Not just for money. Not just for debt. Now, she's trying to destroy me to cover her own tracks. And I can't shake this one thought. What if I hadn't documented everything? What if I hadn't had the lawyer? What if I had answered her that night? I'd be screwed. Instead, now they're the ones scrambling. Because my lawyer? He just discovered something. In the loan paperwork, the notary stamp is fake. Meaning the whole loan is provably fraudulent. Even before we hit court. It's not over. Not even close. The civil suit is still coming. The false police report is live. Victor's people will try again. And my sister? She's still texting. Please, please drop the lawyer. We can fix this. I didn't mean to hurt you. I was scared, please. No, sis. I am done fixing your messes. Now, I'm burning the whole rotten thing down. Edit. For those asking, yes, we are preparing to subpoena her phone records and metadata to prove the voicemail edits. Yes, I am pursuing a restraining order. No, I'm not going back to my apartment yet. Short update. It's moving faster than I expected. Last night, Victor himself called me. Not a blocked number this time, direct. I didn't answer, of course. He left a voicemail. We both know the lawyers won't help you. Let's not make this harder than it has to be. We're reasonable people. Call me. 2 hours later, hotel front desk called up. Said 2 men were in the lobby asking if my name was staying there. The clerk, thank God, lied. Said no guest under that name was registered. They left. My lawyer's team immediately moved me again. Different hotel, different district. We've also now filed an official report with the state AG's office and requested law enforcement involvement in the intimidation. Meanwhile, Victor's crew filed their small claims suit today. Date is already set 2 weeks from now. They're moving fast, trying to get a default judgment before our injunction lands. And my sister? Now she's completely frantic. Dozens of texts. They said if you don't settle this, they'll come after me next. I didn't know they'd do this. Please stop the lawyers. Please, I'm begging you. Too late. Because this morning, my lawyer subpoenaed the notary registry. And guess what? The notary listed on her loan paperwork doesn't exist. Meaning, white heavy checkmark the loan is fake. White heavy checkmark the guarantee is fake. White heavy checkmark the entire thing is provable fraud. Next steps. My lawyer is filing for immediate dismissal of their small claims suit. Filing criminal charges for forgery and ID theft. Preparing restraining orders against both my sister and Victor's known associates. But here's what I can't shake. Victor is getting desperate. Showing up at my hotel? That's escalation. And my sister? She knows what's coming. Because her last message? They said if this goes to court they'll ruin me. Please just talk to them, please. I'm not talking. I'm done. And the war? It's about to go public. Final update. It's over. But not the way anyone expected. Here's how it broke. Last week, after the fake notary was confirmed, my lawyer filed a cease and desist, full fraud affidavit, and preliminary injunction against Victor's crew and the small claims action. Court date set. We were prepped. Then something changed. Victor stopped calling. No more lobby visits. No new voicemails. Silence. For 2 days. I should have known that meant something was brewing. Day 3? My sister showed up at my lawyer's office. Unannounced. No appointment. Hysterical. Eyes bloodshot. Makeup smeared. Voice shaking. Please, I have to talk to him. Please. Please tell him I'm sorry. Please tell him they're going to hurt me. Please. My lawyer's assistant recorded everything. Every word. Turns out, Victor's guys weren't happy the forgery was now legally documented. Weren't happy law enforcement was involved. And definitely weren't happy my lawyer was pushing for criminal charges that could bring real heat. So, they turned on her. She admitted it all. They helped her fake the notary. They gave her the idea to file the false police report against me. They demanded she testify against me in small claims court. And when she hesitated, they started threatening her. Not politely. She said they showed up at her new apartment. Banged on the door. Left a box inside? Photos of her from that fun night out where she met Victor's crew. Photos clearly showing her with drugs. She never told me she'd used. I believe it now. The message was clear. Testify against your brother, or we'll ruin you. That's why she snapped. Why she came begging to my lawyer. But here's the part that chilled me. They said they'd come after you first. They said if you didn't drop the case, they'd make you disappear. I didn't know. I swear I didn't know it'd go this far. My lawyer called me immediately. We're moving to full police protection. No more playing nice. That night, Joint Task Force PD plus State AG's office raided one of Victor's known locations. Why? Because I wasn't his first victim. Turns out, Victor had a history. Dozens of private loans based on forged guarantees, fake notaries, and coerced family members. And thanks to my case, the DA's office had enough to move. The bust went down Friday. Victor's been arrested. So have two of his associates. My sister? Given immunity in exchange for full testimony and all evidence she could provide, including text chains, photos, and recordings. The fake loan? Void. The civil suit? Withdrawn. Their lawyer disappeared fast. The false police report she filed on me? Recanted. Officially. Publicly. Filed with apology and admission of fraud full record. And me? I'm free. Legally. Financially. But not emotionally. Because here's the truth. My sister destroyed whatever was left between us. She didn't just steal from me. She didn't just sell my heirlooms. She didn't just forge my name. She was ready to let them ruin me to save herself. She would have watched them do it. Until they turned on her. So now, I'm left with this. A hollow victory. The case is done. Victor's crew is going to prison. My name is clear. My credit is locked tight and clean. I've got restraining orders in place. But my sister? She's nothing to me now. No apologies. No forgiveness. No family left. She texted me one last time this morning. Please, I know I ruined everything. But I'm scared. Please. I have no one left. I didn't mean for it to go this far. I just wanted to fix things. I'm sorry. Please. Please don't hate me. I didn't reply. Epilogue. I moved. New apartment. Different district. Different name on the lease. New phone number. I'm rebuilding slowly. The carved fox? I got it back. The antique dealer gave it to me for free when I explained. My grandfather's watch? Gone. Sold to some unknown buyer. Maybe forever. The sketchbooks? Maybe lost. Maybe out there somewhere. Doesn't matter anymore. The biggest thing I lost? Trust. In her. In family. But the biggest thing I gained? Proof that I can survive anything now. And to anyone reading this, if someone you love shows you who they really are, believe them the first time. Edit. Thank you everyone who followed this. Your support helped more than you know. Stay safe. Stay smart. And never, never let guilt tie you to poison.